Hi, I don't usually hang out in alleys, but when I do, it's to tell you about cults. So lots of people don't like the word cult. It's a controversial label, right? But there are a few groups most people agree are not only cults, but doomsday cults. Take the Movement for the Restoration of the Ten Commandments of God. That's a mouthful, but that's their name. Founded by 4 ex-priests, 2 ex-nuns, and 1 ex-prostitute in Uganda, this group predicted the apocalypse would occur on, get ready, December 31st, 1999. That didn't happen. Obviously, you're watching this. When that didn't happen, they altered their prediction, and they claimed the Virgin Mary would come on March 17th, 2000. Spoiler alert, didn't happen. When March 17th arrived, police discovered that an explosion and a fire had killed hundreds of the group's members. Initially, everyone assumed this was a mass suicide, but subsequent evidence indicated that these leaders murdered their flock and fled town. Or how about the Order of the Solar Temple? Joseph Di Mambro and Luc Jaurès founded it in Geneva in 1984. Now, Jaurès claimed to be both Jesus Christ and a Knight Templar. Together, these guys believed that Di Mambro's daughter would take the group to a planet near Sirius when the world ended in the 1990s. So in 1994, the leaders decreed that it was time to skedaddle. 53 members committed suicide or were murdered on October 4th and 5th in 1994. More deaths followed, and there's no word on whether they made it to Sirius yet. Then there's the Japanese Aum Shinrikyo, founded in 1987 by Master Asahara Shoko. This began as a yoga school, but Asahara eventually ditched yoga entirely when he figured out that he embodied a god. To deflect police attention and to instigate the violence he prophesied, Asahara orchestrated a subway attack. His followers succeeded in killing 12 people and sickening 5,500. In the 1970s, this guy named Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Nettles decided they were the witnesses mentioned in the Book of Revelation. They regaled followers with apocalyptic prophecies about salvation via spaceship. Members lived communally. They forsook their possessions, their families, and their sex lives. Why? Because they were convinced that the Hale-Bopp Comet was the instrument of their salvation, and all of this preparation was necessary to catch a ride. In March 1997, all members were found dead from an apparent suicide. We can't forget the People's Temple. Jim Jones founded it in 1950s Indianapolis, but after reading an Esquire magazine about how to survive a nuclear holocaust, his congregation packed up and moved to California in 1965. Jones began building a commune called Jonestown in Guyana. U.S. Congressman Leo Ryan flew down to visit the place in 1978. But as Ryan was about to leave, Jones's men arrived and killed him. And on that same day, more than 900 people died, including 276 children in, again, a mass suicide. This is just scratching the surface. It's true that the world is ending for someone somewhere every day. I mean, maybe even me. We haven't even mentioned the Branch Davidians or the Manson family, but who else do you think should be on this list? Let us know in the comments. And if you'd like to know more, check out our article, 10 Most Infamous Cults, and subscribe for way more What the Stuff.
We had a lady who visited us a week ago here and was speaking to one at the door, and she was a member of a prominent church, a pastor's wife, and she said, I think that the poor should be made to control how many children they bring into the earth. You remember? Some leading scientists say we have to have euthanasia. Oh no. Oh no. Who's going to decide who and when a person's going to die? We must never allow that, because this is the kind of thing that ushers in the terror of a Hitler's Germany. We must not allow these kind of things to enter our consciousness.